Warning: the Chaotic Culture Podcast is a program for mature audiences. The language and content presented in this podcast is of a mature nature that some audiences may not find suitable. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Embrace the culture, blaze the doja, grab your loved ones and bring them closer. Extra, extra, read the poster, the KKP is taking over. Sleeping on me, better smell the Folgers. I've been razor sharp since the Motorola. Off for O, like the cover Oprah. Popping bottles, feet all in the sofa. It's a celebration, though the times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Cat the Pro, the one in charge, but it's a celebration. Times is hard, it's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Cat the Pro, the one in charge.
We're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture.
Saying something about great replacement theory, Nelson.
Yeah, so it's an idea that, well, from what I've learned, and do not quote me on this. So it's a kind of this great replacement theory is like this idea that the white race is dying.
And is
dying. So, or that they're trying to. Or that this country is at the point is trying to make whites extinct. This is from what I learned. Don't quote me on this. But that's what it is, and so I feel like this whole agenda when it comes down to abortion and women's autonomy, and it's just this thing for population control, just to increase this. Your culture that you
don't have.
Let's
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
To increase the culture that you do not have. And so I feel like the reason why a lot of the politicians don't want to have the critical race theory and they want to place it with the great replacement theory. The great replacement theory is because they don't want to go extinct. And they don't want to be. They don't want to face the reality of what the racism has caused.
Yeah.
So in regards to the critical race theory, but I feel like that's another topic. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like?
Yeah, it's a fear of losing power and a fear of being the majority, and a fear that if they become the minority, that they will get the same treatment that they've treated others, as they've built this country. They're of the opinion of, if we become the minority, now all of a sudden we're going to get the racist treatment that we bestowed upon black and brown and Hispanic people and people of other races.
Right.
So they're trying to do everything in their power to stay afloat, which is kind of what white replacement theory is. It's the main thing. It's trying to maintain their power in the hopes that they don't lose what they've gained by being cruel to other people, and yet they've done that by attacking women's autonomy. They're trying to
in a number of ways.
Yeah. So they're trying to force people to have babies, and force pregnancies to term as a way to not only continue to dampen and keep black people in poverty, but to also encourage more white families to have these babies, so that way they can continue to be in the majority and continue to have the power that they've had for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Damn, this sound like a game.
White supremacy is a real trip. Like, while you were speaking on that, like, it's just such an oxymoron. Like, you just was like, you say you're for this, but then when the shit happens, it's just like, ooh, on you. Can't really help it. It's just like,
they the ones that'll throw the rock and hide their hand.
Throw the rock and hide their hand.
Who threw that goddamn D? Like, what? like, come
What is
on, like,
going on? Like,
how
they
many
will
times
definitely push
do
this.
we have to see a life slaying or a school shooting or a mass shooting for there to, like, you know what I mean? Like, cause, and again, most of the times in the cases aren't coming from anybody that looks like us in this room.
Right.
They aren't. Have you ever known or seen a black person shoot up a school in any of these mass shootings?
No.
Not
It's
a one.
always been a white person. I think Columbine was an Asian man.
No, that was a white.
It was a white man
It was
too?
a white man too.
Virginia Tech was Asian.
So you feel
Yeah.
me, like, but again, that was somebody who had probably been ostracized, bullied, and like that's not an excuse.
That
but
I feel like they throw that shit around, and I'm just like, okay, so, and I'm seeing plenty of like comments where it's just like, okay, so you won't go to the bully, but you'll bring it on to somebody else, like.
But we got our asses beat for 400 plus years, and they never shut up those schools.
Ain't no shut up.
You feel
Shit,
me?
like,
Like, what can we do to actually change rhetoric? And again, that goes back to what I said in the past. We got to get back to black owned. We got to start dismantling the system
We really do.
of the people that are getting empowered by our funds and money, and start actually building back what we need to have to survive. Because I'm telling y'all now, it's not going to get any easier.
oh, absolutely.
I think I might have said this in the previous episode. It's like, man, we need to go back to like civil rights kinds of movements, man. Like whether it's getting back into the streets, or even have some of our local churches like provide food and shelter and continue to sponsor these marches, man. We got to get back to
We can't
that
do that
sort
though,
of thing.
KJ. Not to cut you off, but we can't do that forever. I mean, we can, but anytime we gather as a people, we're automatically deemed as
Dangerous.
Automatically. And
They
it's just
pulled out
more
the
so,
SWAT
like,
suit units and
Yeah.
like what?
they've done that several
Or
times.
they shoot up our churches, or they blow our churches up, or they just make it hard for us to gather because they trying to instill and keep fear.
No.
Or
I don't disagree, but you know, I just think that that's just a start for us. It's like, well, if we do this, yeah, we risk these things happening, but you know, because these things did happen even in the civil rights movement when churches were, you know, gathering and making sure that, you know, people could march safely. White supremacists would come and try to, you know, bomb churches and try to lynch not only black people, some white people who were fighting for us. They would lynch them too.
Yep.
So it's
Which
crazy.
is crazy because it's just like, hey, brother, you look like me. No, you support them.
Yeah,
I got,
right.
like, yo, why am I getting yoked up? And I'm just trying to get you to see that it's peace for everybody. There is money to be made for everybody.
Right.
Why can't we come to the point where we can build something that's going to benefit everybody?
Nah, that's real. And then I think that's to comment on the money part. If we're talking about a capitalistic society, that's part of the reason why I think the gun lobby is so strong. It's not so much about gun rights, it's about gun sales, which is why we're not getting any of these changes that we're asking for when it comes to, you know, common sense gun laws or actual, you know, gun control, because these niggas want to make money.
Yeah, when it gets money. But okay, but I bet you if something were to happen, and I'm not even trying to speak that into existence, but if something were to happen in regards to any of these senators happens, and they're not gonna get it until it happens. Them gun laws is gonna go into effect. Like, gun laws will go into effect immediately as soon as that shit happens. Like, and you're right, it does go in regards to all the money, but best believe.
But it's a couple sides to it too, because you got to think about it. Think about how much money we've made from being war dogs.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, like,
I mean,
sending
we over here
sending
going
guns
broke.
and Humvees and tanks to these
not to
countries
mention
that's
we're
at war.
actually
Matter of fact,
broke.
I haven't heard anything about Russia and Ukraine.
It's still going on, man. We still send some stuff over there.
Yeah,
But
some
I'm
shit over
saying,
there.
like, how it was plastered in the news for a month and a half straight, I haven't heard Nathan. You feel me? Like, before it was, oh, Ukraine fires back. Russia bombs. Ukraine, like, nah. What's up with that? But at the same time, that's what a lot of this is going towards. So, with the allocation of firearms and tanks and stuff not being able to be sent to areas of war and conflict, we not making no money. And then the countries that need these allocations are looking like, okay, we had an agreement, 30,000 rifles, 20 tanks, and they're not getting them because, well, the pandemic halted production. But you feel me? Like, it's so many levels to this.
Nah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Damn, we 10 minutes in. Let me go ahead and do the intro. Shit, we've been talking about this since we got here. I just was like, man, let me go ahead and just press record because I think that the audience at least needs to hear part of this. But anyway, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, the pod where chaos rules and black culture is elevated and embraced. This podcast will deep dive into modern black culture and how millennials and Gen Z can navigate the crazy parts from finances, music, black business highlights, home ownership, HBCU, sports, black nerddom, anime, wrestling. We cover all that and everything in between. Live from the 7-5, I am the host and creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, your boy Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculated Millennial, the Cutlass Diamond, a.k.a. don't be pushing all my buttons in my Cutlass unless you cut it, a.k.a. your favorite toxic adjacent king. The 843 is me, but VA is where I stay. Always chaotic, never toxic on most days. Back again, once again, with your favorite black culture highlights and black culture shenanigans. These last couple weeks in the culture and just in American culture in general have been absolutely nuts, crazy, and if you've heard my last rant and last episode, you know how we're feeling right now. Even at the beginning of this episode, we're talking about all this shit going on, but that being said, you know, we're still here to give you your favorite black culture shit. So with that, let me go ahead and introduce the co-host here. First, starting with the first lady of the pod for the last time live anyway, until she finds her way back over here via plane, train, or however. Miss Nasa, please introduce yourself.
Y'all already know it's your girl Nasa, baby, aka Tony Noir, the female Picasso. Welcome to the station and good vibes only. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful, blessed day. I hope everyone's mental is going extremely well. I hope anxiety. I know this world has been going left this entire month, so I hope everybody has
left
been.
Ain't even the word. It's going down the damn rabbit hole.
Has been going crazy. So I hope that everybody has been still just trying to keep sane and just trying to keep the mental in order, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So, how y'all been? What's the tea? What's been going on?
From a mental health standpoint, I mean, everything's all right. You know, still got some things going on, but nothing that has been like truly draining except for work. And I think work has just been especially busy because it was the week before Memorial Day weekend. So, you know, naturally we're getting people who are trying to travel and trying to get in the cars, and then of course you still got a parts shortage as well as a new car shortage. So, with everybody taking their time and getting their cars fixed, you got a massive amount of people who are just trying to get into a rental car right now, and yet it's like I'm getting requests from Gloucester, Winsboro. I even got a request from Richmond one time to see if we had any cars. I'm just like, my God, I'm trying to get my customers going, man. I don't know. It's just a lot going on, but still, either way, we're still here. We're still thriving and trying to find ways to make a better living. With that, let me go ahead and introduce Law. Go ahead and introduce yourself, good sir.
Yeah, what's going on, family? Good morning. Back at it again. Another episode. Bringing the vibes. Run it up. This your boy Lawrence. Smurda, whatever you know me as. Just don't call me out my name. We've been good. The last couple of weeks have been very turbulent, especially for the mental. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the teachers who risk their lives now to go and teach other people's children to be the fourth, fifth set of parents. You know, it's not getting any easier, and I really don't see the horizon coming for any of the things that we've been dealing with as a country and a nation. And then I don't mean to sound condescending or negative, but it's just like, when's enough going to be enough?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do we have to see the same rhetoric in the news lines? You know, and it's funny because the news is supposed to give people information about what's going on in the community and in the world. But it's like 75% of the news is negative. New health scare, shortage here. Like, there's a shortage on baby formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like with all these things, and had the powers that be, excuse me, had the powers that be actually took the proper protocols when the pandemic first popped off, a lot of this stuff that we're dealing with now wouldn't even be a fix. Excuse me. Let me get some water.
It's all good, bro. But in any case, he makes a valid point. And if you listen to the last episode, that's pretty much what I discussed. It's like, yo, when will enough be enough? And why do we keep going through the same things, it seems like, over and over and over again? And as I've said in the last episode, the U.S. is not an outlier of mental health or anything else. So why is it that we are the only country that has this problem when it comes to school shootings?
I really do feel like we have this. I feel like America, we really want to uphold this idea of that we're the greatest country ever.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that we are not. Like, we really aren't.
Agreed.
Like, if you're great, then, there should be a balance. Like, this shit it's just, we're in shit right now. Like, there should be a balance. Like, I understand that there's a lot of that, crime and, a lot of bad stuff will happen, but like, there has to be some type of control. And like, the fact that we are so just consumed with money and power and war at that we don't even take this conscious time to just like think about the people that are like in this fucking country that are functioning,
the world run.
that are making this fucking country run. Like, it's really disgusting to see. And it's just like, when stuff like this happens, when these massacres happens, and when these shootings happen, and it's just like, what do you say?
You don't say anything.
You don't
At this
say
point,
anything.
we
It's
desensitized
just
to it.
It's just like, when this shooting happened, I didn't react. I'm not even gonna hold you. When I first heard this shit, I didn't react. Because it was just like, in my head, I was just like, damn, here we go again. It was not even here we go again.
Same story, different area.
But just again.
Yep. And it's the same for me, though I was a little more angrier. And I don't know, I was a little more angry because, seeing that happen again, it really triggered something in me, and that's why I recorded the last episode. I was like, nah, I gotta get my hidden anger out, because this is, the first time when it happened back at Sandy Hook, I thought, when we're, at that point I was like 21, I'm thinking, oh man, we're finally gonna get something as far as like actual gun control. We're gonna go back to kind of like the way things were when actual conservatives actually cared about, not having rifles in the hands of maniacs. And then I remembered, this is the same Republican Party from, when my dad and my mom were growing up. This is completely radicalized, and just politicians in general. But still, when nothing was done about Sandy Hook, it was like, oh, so y'all pretty much are just okay with people going into schools and shooting them up.
That's when you knew.
We're dead ass living in Gotham.
Yes.
You feel me? And I'm not trying to make a joke of the situation, but it's just like, yo, how sick in the head do you have to be to go and want to shoot up children?
Right.
How fucked up of a past do you have to have that you revert to taking the lives of children?
And you know what the crazy part is? There were actually warning signs for this shooter. Like, they had said, like, on certain websites, there were multiple indicators that this dude is not right in the head. And because he lives in Texas, nobody did anything, because
So like a church and video games.
I didn't know you could
drugs.
buy a rifle at 18.
Shit,
I
well,
thought
neither
the
did
age
I.
was 21.
I thought it was 21 universal.
I thought that
man.
was a federal thing. Like, it had to be 21.
There are
you
no
had to be licensed.
There are no universal rules to buying guns, which is what we're advocating for.
I guess they don't call it a Wild Wild West for nothing.
Yeah, man.
Jesus
Texas,
Christ.
literally, Greg Abbott a few months ago had signed a bill for permitless carry. So pretty much means that
You don't have to have a license.
you don't have to have a license to get a gun. You don't have to have a background check. You can just get a gun.
You don't have to be trained.
No,
And
not at all.
So this is the shit that happens. Abbott, like, you jackass. Like, this is the shit that happens.
My thing is, look, boom. Guns are already scary enough as it is. So, in order for you, I get it. Go to a class. At least get a foundation. You don't have to know how to take it apart. None of that. But you need to know how to actually, you know what I'm saying?
Use it.
Use it if it come down to it. Don't just, I got $600. Let me go get me a Glock. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, there needs to be some type of reform to this shit. Cause,
And
man,
I really
can't
do.
can't
really
keep
do
seeing
have to
this
say
shit in the news.
Like, in regards to the whole, like, pro-lifers, yeah, fuck y'all. For the simple fact that y'all really do not care about life.
Nope.
Y'all don't care about life.
Nope. A gun has more rights than the life of a kid.
Y'all
That's
don't
so
care.
fucked up
You
to
cannot say you're pro-life, but then you'll be like, the kids sacrifice themselves. The what? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. But you'll at the moment of conception, you'll say that little thing, that little Zogite has a life.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets here, you ain't got nothing for it.
Yep.
Fuck you.
I'm with y'all on there 100%. Anyway, we'll probably revisit this, but I definitely wanted to talk about some more fun things before we get too deep in our feelings about this, because y'all already know. Y'all have already heard my rant last week, so it's just like, when will it end? When will it end? But
Hey, shout out Freddie Gibbs, yeah.
shit. What Freddie Gibbs do this time?
He had a show in Baltimore and got jumped by.
Oh,
I
was
heard
that he
about
got jumped by Benny the Butcher's people?
Yeah.
Nah.
And it was like 20-1 or 20-4 or 5. And then he still got on stage and performed.
Yeah, I give him credit for doing that. It's like, damn, son, you still have to perform,
that's
but
a fucking win.
That's
Yeah.
a win, nigga. Like, you ain't finna stop me. Like,
I get jumped. You don't take my chain. You don't injure me enough to actually, keep me from performing, and I still go in your city on stage, perform, lumped up, and have a hell of a performance.
and still get paid at the end.
yeah, at the
And
end of
still get paid.
right.
Still
So
get
I'm
paid.
like, that's
Dub
what I said.
in my book.
I gotta give him a lot of credit for that. But same time, I think the whole beef is just completely stupid, because it's like, yo, Freddie did kind of instigate that shit. But I mean, either way,
I mean, what they said, you play stupid games,
win stupid prizes. Hey, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, damn, it's really crazy, because we may not ever get a Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs collaboration ever again, because the one time that they did have it on Benny's album, that shit was some fucking heat.
Oh yeah,
But man, rap game, yo, it's the rap game, I guess. I just gotta chalk it up to it.
Everybody pray for Gunna. Gunna and Thug by himself.
Yeah, they. Damn, son. Damn, man. Fucking Rico, bro. I don't.
State of Georgia is on that ass, boy.
That they was watching this man for years.
Years.
I don't know. I really don't know if Thug is going to get out of this one.
I don't think so, unless he snitches.
I don't think he's really into that snitching shit.
I don't think so either.
But
so.
he done snitched on himself since he was fucking recorded. So it's just like.
Yo, they was reading his songs. Take that bitch to trial, and it said, and they said some very expletive words towards the judge. I was like, yep.
I really hate the fact that his lyrics is used against him, but they'll use anything.
Yeah, unfortunately. And unfortunately, it just happened to be in Georgia, where they're changing things around slowly, but it's not fast enough. So obviously, they still got certain powers that be. But that being said, bro, it's just, I know that when a lot of rappers, when they like get famous and when they gonna talk about their life and talk about the things that they've done as far as their exploits, but some of y'all just gotta know when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if anybody remembers that episode of the Boondocks, where this man Gangstalicious had beat somebody up, but said that nah, he wasn't responsible, but then got on TRL and did a whole rap about him beating somebody up.
Facts.
And they arrested him right on spot. That was the stop snitching episode. So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, sometimes you tell on yourself, man. Y'all just gotta be cognizant of that. So, anyway,
Did you get to did you finish the Lucky Day album?
Yeah, nah, that joint was a vibe.
yes, Lucky Day's album was definitely a
I'll
vibe.
definitely put some heat out there for the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Playlist worthy tracks. You feel me?
I listened to Sid's, yeah.
Yes,
Good
Sid
vibe.
had some good joints too. I still haven't touched Kalani's, but I heard Kalani's was really good, so I definitely have to get on to that.
Dang,
As
I'm
much as
sorry.
I said I wasn't listening to it, Tidal has been on like a binge-worthy like hell spree because like every other song is Jack Harlow. That fucking young Harleezy. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of hearing that.
Tired of this man, bro.
You don't get me wrong, the production from the snippets that I caught were cool, but like, he not talking about nothing.
Nothing, bro. Absolutely nothing.
Talking about smack some ass. That's what he talks about.
And as I said in a couple episodes before, it's like it ain't that the man can't rhyme, and it ain't like he don't got a dope flow. It's just the lyrical content is just empty. It's like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about, son? But okay, whatever. But either way, I would definitely still check out that R&B album from Kalani because I definitely want to be sure that I peep it because I've been hearing a lot of good things. Kalani has apparently been doing their thing, so you know, want to shout out to them. And on top of that, I think I saw something else in regards to R&B popping up, and I definitely, if I remember it, I'll circle back to it. But either way, I definitely just wanted to make sure that everybody, you know, if you hadn't listened to the 4 rap albums that we talked about, please be sure that you do, for better or for worse. And then with those R&B albums, definitely check them out, you know, because they definitely present good vibes. Basketball.
Let's talk about it. All the naysayers that was talking down on the Heat, Jimmy Buckets in the game. What y'all talking about?
Hey, so right now, by the time you hear this episode, Game 7 would have already passed, and we will have a winner of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. So I am definitely looking forward to the end of that game, and I have honestly, I don't have any favorites in this game. I just want to see a good game. Whoever wins this game, I'm just hoping for a good finals because we all know that the Western Conference champ, the Golden State Warriors, they're back for the 6th time in 8 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
Do I hear Dynasty?
oh yeah, especially if they win this one.
The New Age Jordan?
I don't know, man, because a lot of people will. I don't know. I just don't know. But as far as win percentage in the finals, Golden State is very favorable to them one way or the other. And just the fact that they've built their team from the way that they have, like, other than Andrew Wiggins, who they, you know, signed, everybody else on that squad is home built. Like, they drafted, you know, we always said that they drafted Steph, Draymond, and Clay. But the other people like Looney, he was G League. Poole, G League. A couple of other people off their bench was G League. I'm just like, yo, that's what a basketball program should be. Like, if you draft someone who was like in the second round or late first round, they go and do G League for a little bit and they come back, and now they're worthy of being on an NBA Finals team, bro. That, I don't know what that organization's doing over there, but whatever they doing it right.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too. They need to start. Start playing the G League games on televised. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them games and these cats are coming from, like you said, the G League and the Development League, and are actually making ripples within the NBA.
Absolutely.
Shout out J. Cole. He got his first buckets playing with the team in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got his first contract, so we
Hey.
might see Cole in the NBA hoop
Shit.
dreams.
Come on, Cole.
That'll be interesting. Speaking of Cole and quote unquote Dreamville, I just realized this Thursday Earth Gang will be back in Norva, and I remember that I had tickets to go to that, so I'm damn sure going to check them out this Thursday. I have not seen Venus and Dot since they were unceremoniously removed from Hampton University. Even though it was kind of their fault, but that's neither here nor there.
Up by 5.
Yeah,
I know by 5 was no joke. Okay.
and it's crazy that it happened like literally a couple days before graduation, but unfortunately they got caught stealing. So again, it's like, yeah, I don't think the punishment fit the crime, but at the same time, you got caught, bros. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to still check them out. I'm going to still hang out with them because I think I got VIP tickets, so I'll get a chance to meet up with them, take a picture, and, get a shirt, all that good shit. So,
Come on, gang.
yes, I said that I was going to do it because, again, I hadn't seen them in a while, so it's about time. And I think it's been a while since they've been in this area in general, so, yeah, shout out to Earth Gang, y'all.
They about
Definitely
to
check
come
them
and
out.
turn this bitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, I believe Currency is also going to have a concert at the Northern Light, not even 2 days after.
Yeah, somebody told me that it's a Currency and Nas.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
Oh, shit. You know what? I didn't want to spend more money, but I just might have to. I might just get a general admin ticket, though, because
I think it's like $70 or something like that.
That's a lot, but still. Either way, I think I might check them out, too, because, yeah, their joint's going to be on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking forward to see what Earth Gang talking about. As well, obviously Kendrick has a world tour, and of course the tickets. I believe the tickets for the Washington show are still available. I've been trying to at least wait a little while before I actually buy my ticket because it's probably gonna end up being a general admin ticket anyway, and I'm probably gonna be sitting in the nosebleeds, but I still want to go. So I just looked at some of them floor seats and I was just like. Yikes. I'm not making the same money I was used to about a year ago. I'll go, but Kendrick, I'm gonna have to. It ain't gonna be like it was when he was down at Virginia Beach for the TDE Championship tour, and I was in the actual seats and not on the lawn. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and make it out there. The show's not till August though, so I got time before that actually happens. And since it's gonna be at the what used to be, I guess it's still called the Verizon Center in DC. Since it's still gonna be at that basketball center, it's not going to get sold out anytime soon. I'm already hit, so I'm gonna definitely try to get some tickets before that happens.
No, I'm looking forward to the Jazz Festival coming up too.
Oh, the Jazz Festival is coming back. Yeah, I might have to.
You guys got a jazz festival?
Yeah, I'm. It's been a minute. I think I went one day when I was still in school, but I definitely need to check that out again. Yeah, man. Summer in the 7-5 is actually coming back slowly but surely. So I definitely want.
Man, they fucked it up with for real.
Yep, something in the and I am going to something in the water. I forgot about that too. Damn, I'm going back to DC.
You're living your best life.
I'm trying to, man. It's like, yo, it's been a minute since we've had these, had these concerts and had a chance to like actually have fun with each other. So yeah, I'm definitely going to something in the water. I will be masked up because I already know how DC is, so I'm definitely gonna be masked up out there again. But yeah, the Virginia Beach did mess it up for Pharrell, so he's like, oh, he's gonna have it in DC. Though I'm like, something in the water. It's kind of strange because I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? Something in the water? Because you're next to the Potomac River, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh no, there's something in that water.
Something in that water for real. Okay, well, either way, yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I definitely took like 2 days off of work. I took that Friday and that Monday off because I know that with it being a 3-day event on Monday, I'm not trying to rush back on Sunday night just to get to work on Monday. That's not happening. So I'm like, yeah, I think Sunday I'm going to chill out after the concert and then go home. And like it was when it was in Virginia Beach, where I could go home afterwards, because I think it ended after Anderson .Paak had performed back in 2019, and it was just like, oh, it's a 30-minute drive just to get home. So I mean, I'll hop in the car, go to work, and I'll be fine. But yeah, since it's in DC, nope, I'm not doing
So you
that.
know we got folks up in DC.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but even still, I'm not about to rush home after Sunday night just to get home to work on Monday morning. That is not happening, bro. I already know how my body reacts to that. Anytime that I travel, I always make sure that I come back on Monday so I can be ready to go to work on Tuesday.
That's real.
Which is why I'm doing the same thing whenever I go out to Dallas for DreamCon. Speaking of which, apparently Atlanta had MomoCon and the Atlanta Carnival at the same damn time this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I know that was a lot.
I'm saying if you like, you know, anime conventions and whatnot, MomoCon was happening. It usually either happens in March or May, but just the fact that it happened at the exact same time as the Atlanta Carnival, dog. If I went to Atlanta, I would have been down bad, because I would have been like, which event do I want to go to? God damn it!
I'm overwhelmed.
What's
that TikTok? Emotional
damage. I would have been so down bad. I probably would have went like on a Friday to Carnival, and then on Saturday to MomoCon, and then I just would have had to flip a coin for a Sunday event. But yeah, I saw pictures of Colin and the boys at Atlanta Carnival. So, and they said it's always about, because it's always on Memorial Day weekend. So that might be a venture for next year. You might have to put that in my notes.
That's a fact. Cause I definitely got to get back, or I got to get to a carnival.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Come on.
I'm saying shit. I'm just patiently waiting for the damn Reggae Fest to come back to this area. So
I have never been to a reggae fest, and I would love to go to a reggae fest.
I'm not gonna say that's not gonna happen, but everybody need 2 cups of act right.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Though the one that happened in Hampton was like it's always a very chill reggae fest. It's not like Carnival. It's like literally strictly reggae and reggaeton. So if you go out there, whenever it does come back, if it ever comes back, like it's always 1 or 2 days. It's always at Mill Point Park, like right across the water from Hampton University, and they always got the reggae bands coming, whether they're famous or local, and it is always a vibe. But
You can't be mad listening to reggae.
you really can't. Which
you need to do some soul searching.
yeah, and speaking of which, we got reggae playing in the background. So, but the Norfolk Reggae Festival, that's more of a carnival situation, and it's kind of a mix between, you know, different Caribbean traditions plus reggae plus dancehall and all of that. So when it comes back to Norfolk, I believe they usually have theirs in August. I might have to check it out, and I know that there's usually one in Baltimore too. Though the one in Baltimore, I'm gonna have to be worried about, because that's the one I'm like, yeah, we gotta have some act right for that one, because Baltimore. Ugh. But that's neither here nor there. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that I want to discuss here, because I mean, we just over here chatting, for real, trying to make things last. I'll probably come up with something in just a moment here, but. Anybody else got anything on their minds?
They said something about the Space Force has been making movements. I didn't know how to feel about that.
The Space Force?
I guess aliens are getting ready to make it known that they're
present.
Yeah, that they are real entities and beings.
You know what? How did we get to this point?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I still hate the name Space Force. I'm just like, yo, just why not? Because for those who were aware of what the Space Department was with the Air Force, it was called Space Command. So I'm just like, why not just, if you are going to separate it from the Air Force, why not just call it Space Command? That sounds so much better, but Space Force, god damn. Sounds like some shit out of a damn fucking movie.
Buzz Lightyear.
We are. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know how to feel about that trailer.
Oh, the Lightyear trailer?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
That's
Lightyear?
Don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah. So Buzz Lightyear's getting its own movie for those
Why
who don't
Buzz
know.
get a movie? Why Woody ain't get no movie?
Very good question.
Listen.
A very good question.
Buzz was the star.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was a cowboy before I was a astronaut.
I was an astronaut. Buzz was that guy.
Yeah.
To infinity and beyond. Yeah.
So we'll see what that trailer holds in store, man. I don't want to say that I'm looking forward to it. I'm intrigued by it, but we'll see what happens.
I heard that they're coming out with a horror film of Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh.
Who told them to do that? You ruined a childhood, Jeff.
Talk about the biggest waste of time.
The biggest waste of time. Now y'all gonna be scarring these kids for life.
Yeah,
I said biggest waste of time. So that, y'all talking about Doctor Strange too?
Wow.
Shots
fired.
7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Thought you ate.
Damn, son.
Because Doctor Strange is not that bad.
Damn, son.
It's not even bad as you making it seem. For the simple fact that who the hell really told them to be a Winnie the Pooh is just like one of them nice type of nice series, and they're making it a whole horror film.
I want to see how they
We
gonna go with
understood
it.
the concept with Doctor Strange.
Is Piglet finna be goddamn running around slicing neck?
I need to know, like.
Yeah, man. I don't. Damn, I can't.
Do they even have a trailer for it?
There is a trailer. I believe IGN had posted a trailer about it not too long ago. I had heard the trailer. I hadn't seen the trailer because I was listening to it on the radio. I'm like, yikes. I don't know how I feel about this, but okay.
Whoever the hell told them to do that, I don't agree.
Can we make scary movies scary again?
Yeah.
Like, for real, like these last couple series and movies haven't been scary. Like, no bull. Like, I feel like Doctor Strange could have been a August, September, October drop. You feel me? Like, it was more scary than what it was action. But I mean, I get that. That's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, man. Doctor Strange. In regards to that movie, I still give it anywhere between 7 or 8 out of 10.
Spoiler alert.
I think.
You're listening.
Yeah, as I said before in the last episode, the person that I thought was going to be the villain was not the villain at all. There was a fight, but it wasn't what I thought it was, and yet we ended up with
That's not the goddamn.
Yeah, at this point, I think Doctor Strange has been out long enough for me to say, it's a continuation of Wanda's story pretty much, and it focused more on Wanda being mental than it does about Doctor Strange. But either way, I also thought they could have put more focus into America and finding out how to actually utilize her powers.
Yeah, like I would have been more so intrigued to get a little bit more dynamic from her character than to realize, we're still battling Wanda's fucked up brain.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Scarlet Witch.
Well,
hey, she was cutthroat. I ain't gonna lie. They was running through the tunnel. That shit had me weak.
She was really
yeah,
going in.
and I think
Are they gonna do a whole movie on her?
they already did a whole TV show. I doubt that they'll do a whole movie on her.
I think that's why they gave her the show.
Yeah, so if they have another series of WandaVision, it'll be, her actually getting back to that hero role if it turns out that she survived, which I'm pretty sure she did. But spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie.
I'm trying to see what Doctor Strange about to do with this third eye.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm saying.
Third eye kind of freaked me out just a little bit.
Shoot.
Ooh!
When he got
Even
tossed
now?
off the jump and landed on the gate, and his girl walked up to him, and I popped up and I was like, oh!
Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, but, speaking of Marvel movies, Thor: Love and Thunder is also supposed to be coming out this summer as well.
July 8th.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see the Thor story concluded. There was a trailer for She-Hulk, and I'm not going to say that I wasn't intrigued by it, but I don't know. It just kind of felt like
I think they're building off of some of these what if episodes.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that well, since we obviously can't get a Hulk movie because Universal for whatever reason won't give up the movie rights, still, you know, getting a chance to see She-Hulk, I just think the design might have been a little too thin for She-Hulk in general. Like, they could have bulked her up a little more, but that's me personally. I mean, it is what it is, and whatever they decide to go with, we'll just have to see how the series turns out.
Moon Knight.
Hey, I watched Moon Knight before I saw Doctor Strange, and yeah, that series is great.
I still need to see that, so I will definitely.
Yeah, check out Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight. That second season is going to be fuego.
Oh yes,
oh my goodness,
absolutely.
Got to the end and they pulled up. I'm just like, why he in the limo? 3 phases of the 4. Mind blown.
Yeah.
The phases of the moon. Man, that.
Yeah, man. I am definitely looking forward to another season of Moon Knight. It's still keeping with Disney, but going into another series. I watched Obi-Wan.
That was next for me to watch.
Yes. I must say that seeing Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan again is really refreshing. My boy is clearly going through depression right now. No spoilers because, again, it just dropped on Friday. So definitely check out the 2 episodes that dropped. They are really, really good. Though there is some continuity within the second one, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but somebody happens to die. And it makes me wonder, like, well, wait a minute. This person died in the other series. Are you telling me that other series is not canon anymore? Or are there clones of that? It's a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
They tapping into the multiverse too.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. And I mean, if they can make a clone of Palpatine, then they could probably make a clone of this person that died too. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I
won't put it past them.
Yeah, I will not put it past them to do that. But still, Obi-Wan's face at the very end of the episode 2, and then the scene that happens right after that, right before the episode ends. Yeah, way to build up tension. We are going to see Obi-Wan face, I won't say face his fears, but face his past. If you know, you know.
I saw the trailer for Avatar.
You talk about blue people Avatar?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I was so pissed off. I was just like, the fuck is this?
I heard that they were going to come out with a new live action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
They were trying to work on another live action. Haven't heard any updates on that. I'd have to look into that.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Like the first live action, I see they got us with them fucking commercials. They got us with them commercials the first time it came out. But then when you saw it, it was just like.
Yeah, we don't speak on that movie. We do not speak on Midnight Shyamalan's atrocity, and I call him mid for a reason. But yeah, that movie was absolutely disappointing. If you've seen Avatar: The Last Bender, for whatever reason, if you saw that movie, you would have left the movie theater pissed, as I did.
I honestly think that like if they do a new live action, please have the people who originally worked on the show be part.
Well, I think they tried to do that. I think somewhere along the lines they said one of the original directors left the live action, so I don't know what they got going on. It's supposed to be playing, and I think it was supposed to be playing by Netflix, but Netflix been going through some shit right now too. So
yeah, because they want to charge everybody.
Yeah, and then cancel everybody's favorite shows.
Cancel everybody's
and
favorite
then
shows.
give us like they need to bring Luke Cage back. Why we can't outside of Black Panther? Why we can't get a black superhero that
Netflix ended that partnership, and if you haven't checked Disney Plus, Luke Cage is on Disney Plus now. So I guess Disney finally got the rights back to some of the Defenders.
I'm talking about from the thing they did. 2 seasons or 3 seasons?
They did 2 seasons of Luke Cage, but I'm saying that Netflix won't be creating it. It would have to be on Disney at this point. Yeah, because they got all of those series back. I pretty much think that the Disney/Marvel Studios has all of the rights to just about every character now, except for the ones that are still under Sony, which would be the Spider-Verse and the Incredible Hulk, which is still under Universal. So
Sony, yeah, they made hella money from the Incredible Hulk, right?
shit. And on top of that, with the Spider-Verse, it's more of a shared responsibility because again, Sony owns the movie rights, but
You got the game too.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and pretty much still owns the game rights and everything. But Disney and Marvel do own at least the TV show rights to it. But when they make those movies, you know, like the last Spider-Man movies, it was a collaboration, you know, so that way we could have Spider-Man in the MCU. So hopefully they will continue that partnership because they almost killed it after Far From Home, but thankfully everybody was rightfully pissed off about that, and they thought twice about it, and they continued the partnership. So I'm hoping that it continues further on. But you know, that's pretty much what that entails. There was another trailer that I was thinking about that completely slipped my mind, and I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Oh, I'm going to see Top Gun too.
You know, I have to rewatch the first one because I saw the trailer and I thought it looked really good. I just have to rewatch Top Gun because I haven't seen Top Gun in years.
So I did a little reading behind the movie. They paid $11K an hour just for all the actors and staff to be able to fly in the planes that they are portraying.
Are you guys gonna go see The Secrets of Dumbledore?
Yes.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask, had it dropped on HBO Max yet, or is it still in theaters?
It's in theaters because I'll watch it on HBO Max.
Okay. Yeah, I do have HBO
And
Max.
I really want to watch Sonic 2.
Yeah, that's streaming on Paramount now,
Oh.
which I don't have Paramount Plus.
What?
That's like the only streaming service I don't have. Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the second Sonic movie, which I've been meaning to go see too, but I just didn't get around to it. But I definitely want to see that because I'm a big Sonic fan. I'm a big Knuckles fan.
Shadow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard, and
Shadow
I hadn't seen the movie, but I heard that they are foreshadowing that Shadow will be a part of the next movie possibly. So that.
Oh, they need to go ahead and bring him in.
Yeah, Shadow's my nigga too.
Shadow's my nigga, okay?
So that will be interesting, man. Like I'm so happy that they finally are at least doing a Sonic cinematic universe that actually like works. Video game movies can work and can be done right if you just give them the freedom to do it and try to stay close to the source material as much as possible.
Okay.
So, you know, don't go off the rails like some
Dragon Ball Z.
like Dragon Ball Z or
That
fucking
shit was
or fucking Mortal Kombat.
Wait, Mortal Kombat. Wait, don't do that because Mortal Kombat it stuck to the theme. Okay.
One of them,
The fatalities, just
one of
the
them
story,
Teenage
man.
Mutant Ninja Turtle movies wasn't good.
You talking about like the last couple of live action ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very. The first one was mid. The second one was. But
Okay, well, would you, if I may ask for Mortal Kombat, would you prefer Mortal Kombat or
Tekken?
Godzilla versus Kong? Kong versus Godzilla, one of those shows that would, I think.
I'm going Kong.
I'm gonna say Kong and Godzilla. I think I enjoyed that movie more than I did the Mortal Kombat one. Not for the sake of the action, because I think the action in Mortal Kombat, at least this last Mortal Kombat movie, was great. It's just that the story was meh, and the main character that they had was meh, and the fact that they hold my nigga Liu Kang, like
they did him dirty.
yes, and
Them dirty.
And I know that killing Kung Lao is also a recurring theme in these movies and games, but they did that nigga dirty too. So it's just like, damn, son, like y'all really making my favorite characters look like hoes in this shit.
Kong versus Godzilla, that was my movie. I think I repeated that.
But-
I think I saw the movie at least several times.
I mean, I can still watch it,
I
but
can still watch it.
what they finna do with Kong in the series is finna go crazy because they are supposed to be building off the other mutant animals.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm excited for the MonsterVerse.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. They said that were they doing a Mothra movie, or was it?
Yes.
Okay.
They are.
They're also doing another one of those monsters, the one that got hoed by King Ghidorah or got bitched by King Ghidorah.
You talking about
Radon? Yeah, Radon. Yeah, there we
is
go.
that's the fire pterodactyl?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They're doing a movie
that's
over
gonna be
here
tough.
too, so that'll be interesting, man. I'm ready for it.
And then Mega Godzilla, because I know because they're gonna do a movie off of that based off from Kong vs. Godzilla.
So they bringing Mecha Godzilla back, huh? Yeah, I'm hoping that.
I think they're supposed to do like a whole movie versus Godzilla and Mega Godzilla.
It's just them two. Okay, that'll be interesting because in Kong vs. Godzilla, man, Mecha Godzilla really unfortunately got the better of Godzilla in that fight. So I'm just like, damn son, why y'all do my nigga like that?
Yeah, and then Kong came back like that nigga he is.
He saved the day. He saved the day. But damn, it's a lot of shit coming out this summer should be interesting.
Javante messes in the ear up.
I'm
watching
that
the
was
clip.
something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I saw that fight, man. I was at the bar at District 41. Me and my homie Justin from work, we was there. I saw the fight before that because we didn't really watch most of the undercard, but I got into the club right when Lara versus O'Sullivan was happening, and we was all clowning O'Sullivan because he got that goofy mustache. I mean, he's from either from the UK or from Ireland. I can't remember which one. But yeah, he had the curled up mustache and whatnot. He was going up against Lara for the middleweight championship.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks almost kind of even at first, but then as it started getting the later rounds, like Lara was just he kept bopping him with a right and left hook, and it just kept knocking him off balance to the point where he knocked him down once, but he got his feet under him, so he was good. But then in round 8. He hit him with that 1-2 combo again. O'Sullivan like stumbled back and didn't have his feet underneath him. That ref came in between him. He's like, nope, he's done. TKO. And same thing with this one though. Though this one between Romero and Tank. The first couple rounds, Romero looked like he was ready for the smoke. It looked like it. He was throwing a couple of punches, and he didn't have Davis on the ropes or anything, but it looked like he was standing his ground, and it looked fairly even, and that he was going to get a couple rounds off of him. Though Romero made a silly ass prediction that he's going to hit him one time and it's going to be done. So when he didn't do that in the first round, this nigga Tank came up to him and said, I thought you was going to knock me out in the first round, huh? I thought that's what you was going to do, and of course he didn't do it. So then it got to round 6. Man, that shit was absolutely nuts because I saw it happening like right before it happened. I saw Romero tried to like jab him with a left and missed, and then he tried to come with a right without getting his defenses back up. And Davis was just so fast. He caught him with that left, and it was a wrap. All it took was one. Boy was out on his feet. He was like, yep, bedtime, bro. He tried to get back up, didn't have his feet under him, and the ref called it. I said, yep, he got him.
It's done.
Got him right on the ear.
The baby legs.
Yeah.
Bambi legs. My bad.
So shout out to Javante Davis, boy. That boy is an absolute dog. 27-0 now. 25 knockouts if you include that TKO. Yeah, bruh's an absolute beast. And I'm hoping that he can have a fruitful career, just as fruitful as Floyd Mayweather. Because it looks like he can, because he can really take a hit. And he's a pretty defensive fighter too. Like he believes in the counters, but it looks like he hits a little harder than Floyd does. So I want to see how he lasted within the boxing realm, man. I'm looking forward to that. All right, well, we almost an hour in. Does anybody have anything else that they want to talk about?
Oh, for all those that need a new drink, well, it ain't really new, but get you a tequila of your preference, a tropical Red Bull, and a splash of orange juice. Thank me later. Oh, I got another one. Might be tequila again. 1800 pomegranate Red Bull with a splash of cranberry. Thank me later. That's 2 right there. If you a tequila connoisseur, get at it.
Hey,
I just hope that y'all's summer is amazing. It's been real, Virginia. I've had a great time. I've had a great learning experience, but it's time for me to go. It's time for your girl to go. It's time for me to spread some wings.
hey, we definitely appreciate you having you here.
For sure.
I know, you had to go back and restart and refresh and get a new start on life. And going home, I think, will be beneficial for you because at that point you can go recharge and then do what you have to do, whether you go to a different state or whether you just stay home. I wish you nothing but success, and I just hope that you're able to find the career path that you were looking for, as well as continue to build up your mental health and continue to thrive out in these streets here. Cause
I'm ready for you to get back to that music, shorty.
nah, I'm saying.
Yeah, I need that ASAP.
It's definitely gonna come. I definitely know that this research is gonna allow me to do that, and you'll see me more often, just singing more. So don't worry, that's not gonna be an issue. Most definitely look out for some music that's gonna come down this year.
So you always got a phone you can talk on. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, KJ here.
Yup.
If you ever decide to visit, you got somewhere to lay your head. It's just let us know.
No, most definitely. I do have to thank you, KJ, for allowing me to be a co-host on your show.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has been a wonderful experience. And so I really do hope. I mean, granted, this is not the last of me.
This ain't goodbye.
No, this is not
later.
goodbye. But most definitely, I think that this has been a most definite pleasure, and so I thank you for that.
Hey, we definitely appreciate you just being here and being a part of this. And again, as we said, this isn't goodbye. It's just see you later. And then on top of that, it ain't like you're done with the podcast. It's just a matter of now that you're 2 hours away, we just have to. Or two
correlate.
Time zones away, excuse me. Yeah, we just have to correlate. Cause look, if she was 2 hours away, there would be no problems with her getting her onto an episode. Even if I have to travel, but yeah, she's gonna be 2 time zones away back in Colorado. So yeah, we just have to coordinate times and be sure that everything lines up, so that way we can have you on another episode. So we'll get the schedule together once you get settled in, and try to figure out what's gonna be best as far as recording what time and what days, and go from there. And then for those listening, of course, I'm still looking for 2 additional co-hosts here, so that way it can be 5 voices. So if you know anybody that's interested, tell them, hit me up, cattleculture1@gmail.com, for all inquiries. You can DM me either on the podcast page, on Twitter or Instagram, and just let me know. We definitely would appreciate it if you have interest. And then on top of that, I'm also looking out on these streets as well, because I have a couple friends who want to do some more podcast work with me as well. But we'll get there when we get there, and we'll see what we can come up with. So yeah, guys, this has been a very, very fruitful conversation that we've had, and of course a very fun conversation that we had outside of the beginning, because we had to get some shit off as always. Yeah. And with that being said, we're an hour in now, so I don't have anything else on my agenda here, and I think this is a good time to wrap up. Before I do, let me get some anime recommendations here, real quick, guys. If you haven't watched this series, Love After World Domination, please go watch that. Especially if you're a fan of Power Rangers and a fan of forbidden love stories, this is the series for you. It's very head ass, but it is very, very enjoyable. Like, if you haven't watched it, do so. I guarantee you will love it. I also will say Trapped in a Dating Sim is very head ass as well, but it's a very enjoyable story, and I think that everybody here will like it if you haven't checked that series out as well. Also, Spy Family is great. Check it out. It's very wholesome. Very wholesome. Don't miss it. Those are really my anime recommendations for right now. Obviously, I'm watching more this season, but definitely check out those 3 if you haven't checked out anything else.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna get some flack for this, but for all my One Piece readers and watchers, this conclusion and the fight between Luffy and what's the warlord?
Kaido?
Yeah, it's about to get right. I'm slowly catching up. I'm excited to see how that's gonna play out. And then I'm reading DBZ Super, and I'm just like,
So, I've read the last chapter of DB Super, and honestly, because at first I wasn't a fan of this arc, but I actually like it a little better now. It seems to get better with each chapter, only because now we see that Goku is finally like opening up to what Saiyan Pride is. And after hearing the story of how his dad was able to fight off the current villain, it's like something, woke up into him, and I'm thinking something woke up in Vegeta as well. He's just like, dang. So it's a lot. It is a lot of growth between Goku and Vegeta, and it's growth that we haven't seen since Z. Honestly, like we haven't seen it since like early Z, because it didn't seem that Goku had like any real growth since the first time that he died, and then since the Frieza saga, because I think Cell and Buu, he was still kind of the same, and then throughout Dragon Ball Super the first go round up until the Tournament of Power, it was just Goku being the same. But this chapter we finally see some character growth. I'm like, oh shit, well damn, maybe I'm interested now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he can, I'm pretty sure he's already mastered Ultra Instinct. He's taken kind of like a sensei role from my observation. Like the whole what's the bro name that used the orbs to make himself powerful?
Are you talking about like the current villain, Gas?
No, not Gas. The other one. Granola.
Yeah, Granola.
So like he has essentially like taken Granola under his wing as like his pupil, and so like seeing that's character development too, because before it was, I'm gonna fight the strongest person in the universe, and then he get beat up and come back and overcomes. But seeing him take that side role and to be the teacher is dope to see.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Super has in store as far as reading. Everything else, Jujutsu Kaisen is once again amazing. Yeah, this last chapter, pretty dope. Pretty dope. The last couple chapters were kind of like, I thought that Gege was going to really cause us more pain. I'm like, yo, you really about to kill off Redacted, but Redacted is still alive as far as we know, so we'll see what happens at the end of this fight. But still, yeah, that's JJK for you, man. It's a lot of great fights, a lot of great explanation of cursed energy and cursed techniques and reverse curse techniques, and then there's a lot of pain that comes with it. So yeah, if you haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen or seen Jujutsu Kaisen, watch it. It's worth it. It is worth it. Well, I think that is a wrap here. I'm gonna go ahead and ask, of course, if there are any other black business highlights that you guys want to talk about, or if there's any black businesses that you came across that you want to get the people hip to. All right, well, as always, before we sign off, we have to go down the list. So, for our podcast shout out to Mike Check Waifu, Worst Generation Podcast, and Bland Anime Podcast. I am a Patreon subscriber to all three. Please be sure that you check out these anime podcasts. Also, be sure that you check out Dad Needs to Talk, Analytical Where Shit Gets Critical, the Art Arc Podcast. These are other anime podcasts that I have been tuning into, and everybody else that is on the Black Anime Podcast Network. You can also check out Truth and Transparency Podcast, Inside the Mind of a Blur, The Session with Jay and Trey, and Brutal Honesty with Kay Renee. Also, please be sure that you check out her novellas under the pen name Sedona Rose. For our black content creators, For YouTube, please be sure that you check out Black Anime, HBCU Anime, and the Sundari. For our Twitch streamers, please be sure that you check out the Geechee Gamer and Akatsuki Kells. And for our comic book creators, please be sure that you check out Icarus Metro Comics and Studio Maho. For other black businesses, please be sure that you check out Artie Page, shout out to Dre, KSS Brand, shout out to my girl Christina, Cream Cosmetics, shout out to Naima, Mind Over Money, shout out to my girl Tremaine, Concept Moon, shout out to my boy Strange Keith, She Designs Too, shout out to my girl Erin, Black Magic and Lit Wands, shout out to my girls Lauren and Tierra, and H4 Creative to my girl Zenobia. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook at Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram at Chaotic Culture Pod and on Twitter at Chaotic_Culture. Please be sure that you subscribe to either our Anchor or to patreon.com/Chaotic Culture Pod and join at any of the 4 levels. It does not matter which one. We appreciate your patronage and your support. You can follow me, Ked the Pro, that's K3D the Pro, on all social media. You can follow Miss Nasa on all social media at _call me Nasa. Please be sure that you also check out her music on all streaming platforms. That is in_ASA. You can check out her latest projects, Good Vibes Only, and Welcome to the Station. And then, of course, you can follow Law on Twitter at Law96_ and on Instagram at L.JR_96. It's been a crazy ride with Nasa. We definitely appreciate her being a part of this podcast. She first came to us in season 1, episode 4 of this series, and then had been a reoccurring guest as episodes went along until finally she became a co-host. And she is going back to Colorado. We will still include her on this podcast, as I've said before. Just have to get days and times lined up now. But we definitely appreciate her being here live with us here in Hampton, Virginia, Newport News, Virginia, and throughout the 7-5 and throughout these last 2 years. We are actually coming up on our 2-year anniversary. I believe this episode drops literally a day before or on the day of. Because, yeah, it's crazy. Because if I'm not mistaken, June 1st is right around when we got started with this. So it's crazy, yo. We've been going at it for 2 years. Crazy how time flies. And sure enough, we haven't hit 100 episodes yet, but we're getting there. Obviously, season 3 is the longest that we've done this, because this is episode 30 of season 3, not including the bonus episodes. So this is the longest that we've gone without taking like a huge break. We'll probably take a break in the summer because, I have to go to DreamCon and, take care of some things in the summer and do a lot of traveling. But when we come back for season 4, of course, we're going to come back stronger than another. We are still doing the Wheezy mixtapes. I finally got through the SQ series. Just to highlight that the first 3 Squad Up mixtapes were kind of the same, with a couple of bonus tracks here and there. SQ4 was when things started to get different. But now that we're finished, I'm going to start with the Drought series for Wheezy, and then we'll go and continue on until we can get there. I will be including some more people for that episode as well, because we definitely got to rank them. So Jaylee Trey from Analytical and Soul Brother from Analytical as well. I'm definitely including y'all in that, and I think there was one other person who wanted to join us as well, so we'll make sure that we get everybody included into that. Also, we had a vote on which R&B artists we will be covering for a Music Roundtable next, and the R&B female artist that we're covering first would be Erykah Badu.
Wow!
Yep, so we will be covering her. I'll let everybody know when I start listening, and then we'll get an episode together. It'll be sometime this summer, obviously, and then we still have to do a Music Roundtable versus. We will figure out which artists or which songs that we're going to put up into a versus battle on our own, since apparently versus is having these battles, but nobody's been paying attention to them now because they tried to fucking capitalize on that shit. It's like, yo, really, y'all turned a something that was for the people for free on these streaming services, and now you're trying to capitalize off the market, and yet here we are. And now anytime a versus battle happens, we rarely hear about it. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. As always, embrace the culture. Chaos rules. Be blessed. Be safe. God is love. Deuces.
Look, it's chaos in these streets, so let's talk about it, please. Let's hold some conversation. You see where I'm coming from. Yes, it's so amazing. Go ahead, get comfortable. You can grab a seat, take a load off your feet. Yeah, welcome to the table. We don't tell no lies over here. This ain't no fable. We just live our lives over here. We ain't no angels. We just shine our light over here. We got the power. We just showing love over here. Cause everybody needs some, yeah. And we don't need a reason.